Good afternoon, children. Today you will revise chapter metals and non-metals. Chemical properties of metals and non-metals. All of you should know magnesium reacts with oxygen and it forms magnesium oxide. And you take powder of magnesium oxide in a watch glass and add water in it. It will react with water and it will form hydroxide. Magnesium oxide reacts with water to form magnesium hydroxide. So we can say metals react with oxygen to form metallic oxide, and metallic oxide reacts with water to form base. So metallic oxides are basic in nature. If you dip one red litmus paper in the watch glass, it turns to red. So it is basic in nature. In the similar way, nonmetals react with oxygen to form nonmetallic oxide. Carbon is a nonmetal. It reacts with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. It is nonmetallic oxide. And when nonmetallic oxide reacts with water, it forms acid. This is carbonic acid. So nonmetallic oxides are acidic in nature. Now you will see reaction of metals and nonmetals with water. Metals react with water to form hydroxide and hydrogen gas is also produced. Magnesium reacts with hot water. Zinc reacts with boiling water. Iron reacts with steam. And some metals which are highly reactive, they react even with cold water. Like sodium and potassium may react with cold water vigorously. So they are stored in kerosene or paraffin wax. Some metals do not react with water like silver, gold, platinum, etc. Now you will see reaction of metals and non-metals with acid. We take some iron nail and rub it with sandpaper, and then we put it in a boiling tube and add dilute hydrochloric acid in this. Then we will invert one boiling tube over it. Now after some time, when we bring one burning splinter near the second boiling tube, it burns with a pop sound, because when iron reacts with hydrochloric acid, it forms hydrogen gas. So this hydrogen gas burns with a pop sound. Now you will see zinc will react with sulfuric acid and it will form zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas. So you have seen metals react with acid to form salt and hydrogen. And metals react with bases also, but only some metals react with bases to form salt and hydrogen gas. Like aluminium reacts with base to form salt and hydrogen gas. Now you will see what is displacement reaction. Displacement reaction is a reaction in which a more reactive metal displaces a lesser reactive metal from its aqueous solution of salt. Like you will see magnesium ribbon is kept in a solution of copper sulfate. We say take copper sulfate powder in a beaker and add water in it. We will make solution of copper sulfate which is blue in color. Now dip one magnesium ribbon in it. We will see that on the magnesium ribbon there is a brown coating. That coating is of copper. So magnesium is more reactive than copper. So it displaces copper from copper sulfate solution and we get magnesium sulfate and copper. This is an example of displacement reaction. A reaction in which more reactive metal displaces a lesser reactive metal from its aqueous solution of salt is called displacement reaction. Now what is reactivity? All of you should know that the more reactive metals, they react with other elements to form compound. Elements have the tendency to react with other substances to form compound. This tendency is called reactivity. And these elements are arranged in decreasing order of their reactivity, and this series is called reactivity series. So potassium and sodium are highly reactive and gold and platinum are least reactive. So you will see children that highly reactive metal is placed at the top like sodium and potassium, and less reactive metal like platinum is least reactive, so it is kept at the bottom in the reactivity series. Now you should know what is noble metals: silver, gold, platinum, which do not react with acid, base or oxygen, water or any other substance present around them. They are least reactive, they are not chemically affected, and they retain their luster for a longer time. They do not get tarnished. They are called noble metals. These noble metals are highly ductile and highly malleable, so they are used to make jewelry. Platinum is also used in dentistry, and the purity of gold is measured in carat. 24 carat gold is the pure gold, and if we see that the gold is 22 carat, it means 22 carat means out of 24 carat, 22 carat is gold and 2 carat is either silver or copper. Now the next topic is alloy. Alloy is a homogeneous mixture of two or more metals or metals and non-metals like brass, bronze, duralumin, steel, stainless steel. All these are alloys. Alloys are better than metals because they are resistant to corrosion, they are stronger, they are harder, durable, so they are better than metals. Like if you see iron, iron is a metal, and if you see stainless steel, it is an alloy. It is a mixture of iron, chromium and nickel, and iron may be rusted when it is exposed to humid air, but stainless steel is not rusted, it is corrosion resistant. So you have seen that stainless steel is an alloy and it is better than which metal? Iron. Now the next topic is non-metals and its usage. You will see there are some non-metals like oxygen is used for burning, for breathing, and nitrogen is a non-metal which is used to make fertilizer. Sulfur is a non-metal that is used to make sulfuric acid, or it is also used in gun powder, making gun powder. Similarly, diamond is an allotrope of carbon. It is used for cutting the tools, for making the ornaments, jewelry, and graphite is an allotrope of carbon that is used to make the core of the pencil. Iodine is an antiseptic. Phosphorus is used in matchbox industry, etc. So you have seen the usage of non-metals also. Now all of you will revise it, and you will revise the chapter thoroughly. You will learn the table of alloys composition and their usage. Thank you children.